In this video, I'm going to show you on how to install wheel decals on your 2024 Venom Motorsports e-vader. Now, I did do some wheel decals on my Gixxer, and normally when I think of wheel decals, I think of putting them on a fast motorcycle. Well, that's not this bike. This bike is a little bit on the slower side. It doesn't go that fast. I was kind of on the fence of doing this particular video, but since I do happen to have a sheet of decals, obviously the red ones I put onto the Gixxer, I'm left over with the white ones, as you could see. So I figured, why not? Let me put it on there. At least we could kind of make the e-vader look fast. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first things first, you're gonna wanna get a bucket of soapy water and a sponge and clean your rim. You wanna make sure that it's rid of contaminants. Now, if you wanna do it a different way, I'm gonna go ahead and use this spray cleaner and polish and a clean towel and kind of wipe off the area. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. You guys do the same. Okay, now this is where a rear stand or rear wheeled lift for the Venom e-vader will come in handy. As you could see, even though there is no spot for a lift really on the thing, put it here. You can see that there is a little bit of lip right there to actually put the stand. And then on this side, on this end right over here, to put the stand on as well. So I'll go ahead and do that. If you're able to, go ahead and do that. If not, you're going to have to move your stand to have the little padded part, then just put it underneath the swing arm. All right, so now that we have the wheel all nice and clean, we want to take it one step further. We have to really make sure that the area that we're going to put the decal is super clean. So going to get a clean paper shop towel, and then we're going to get some isopropyl alcohol, put a little bit on the paper towel like so, and then wipe the area of where you're going to be installing the decal. So I'm only going to be putting 2 decals on, one pretty much on the top and one towards the bottom. So you guys do the same, just make sure you clean it really well on both. Yeah. So if you want to find a reference point on the wheel, if you guys look really closely on the wheel, you could see a weld kind of joining the 2 halves together, I guess, to make the wheel. Let me show you. So if you guys look closely right there, there is a weld. So that could be used as a reference point to kind of mark the middle. Let me go back a little bit so you guys can see a little bit better. Even though my camera has still a hard time focusing. I'm not sure what's going on with this camera. But anyhow, so that could be used as a reference point. So that's what I'm going to use to mark my top and bottom of the wheel. Alright guys, I figured I'd put a little bit of light to shine the area of where that weld is, which is right over here. Now next, what we're going to do is we really want to make sure that now that the area is super clean, we want it to make it tacky. We want to make sure that the wheel decal does not kind of come off with any dirt and debris. Hopefully it doesn't get in there. But so we're going to be using is called a 3M adhesive promoter. As you can see, mine is the more industrial. The one that you guys are going to be using is going to be a little applicator pad. For me, I'm going to be using the cotton swab and a little bit of this liquid. And I'm going to go ahead and pretty much wipe the area of where I'll be installing the decal. So let me go ahead and do that right now so you guys can see me doing it. So I'm going to go ahead and dab this stuff in the liquid and close that. Alright, so there is my reference point line. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of, not going to do the whole wheel. I'm just going to kind of make like a smiley face, if you want to call it. Because I'm not exactly sure where the end part of that decal is going to be. So I'm just going to give it a good smiley face right here. That should be good enough. Alright, now that I already kind of put the application down, kind of blow it to kind of speed up the process until it dries. Once it's dry, then we'll be ready to install the decal. Alright, now that it already evaporated, now I'm going to go ahead and grab my decal right over here. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I already did the other side, so I wanted to show you on this side, because the other side had the rotor. This kind of doesn't have anything, so I'm really able to show you here. Alright, so now that I grab it, you want to make sure that you have a good firm grip on this, because if this touches the floor, forget about it. You might as well throw it in the garbage. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, right where the line is, I'm going to kind of just mark it right in between the letter, the G and the P. So that will kind of, reference the middle, I would say. So right where I see it, then you want to go ahead and press it, really. And also what you want to do when applying this, you'll have a little bit of time to actually, if you make a little mistake, you could actually peel it off. But you don't want to stick the decal all the way at the groove of the wheel. You want to kind of just have it a little bit, towards the top part, because if you stick it all the way inside, because it has this lip, you may not see the whole entire graphic. So by putting it a little bit towards the edge right over here, pretty much, towards the hub or this part, it'll be a little bit better. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because the camera's, not really capturing too much of what I'm doing. But you just want to kind of line up and put the edge of the decal towards that edge there. You may need to pull it a little bit because you are going to try to stretch the decal and press it once you're pulling it to make sure you don't get any air bubbles. All right. So just pull it a little bit and then press it. If you do happen to encounter a small little bubble, just go ahead and press it right away. So therefore it doesn't have a chance to really form into a bigger bubble, because that's definitely what you do not want to happen. So just take your time with this and you'll get it. All right. So, and if, like I said, if you happen to come across a little mistake, you can still peel it off and fix the mistake. Once you're done putting the decal on, you want to give it a nice good firm press all the way around, making sure you get rid of any air bubbles. All right, just give it a nice good firm press and turn the wheel, and make sure you push it in towards the end over there too, to make sure you get that part adhered to the wheel. All right, and now that we got that part set, now we can go ahead and put the wheel towards the front. I mean, not to the front, but the top, like this. Make sure you have the GP kind of centered towards the top. Now we're going to go ahead and do the same to the bottom. Now obviously there's no reference point or nothing that we could really gauge off. I'm just kind of looking from the top and kind of eyeballing it and going straight towards the bottom. So you guys do the same, I'm going to do the same, and it's the same procedure that you just did over there. It's going to be applied to the bottom. Okay, now what lastly you want to do is you want to use a heat gun. Use it on a high heat, but you're going to be not laying on it because you are going to mess up the decal. Just kind of do it a little bit of a sweeping motion. If there's any air bubbles, this will get rid of it because it's going to allow the decal to shrink a little bit. So like I said, do not lay on it, just a little bit of a sweeping motion, and then go ahead and press it really good. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Doesn't take that much, and that's all you want to do. You don't want to, like I said, go too crazy and laying on only one area. Once you do that, all the air bubbles are pressed out, go ahead and turn the wheel, and let's get to the other one. And that's all it takes. All right, now that we are done with this one, go ahead and get those air bubbles out. There we go. We are all set. And it's actually coming out pretty good. It actually looks really well because the decal is a black and white. I mean, the GP is black, obviously, with the white background. Can't wait to get the video footage for you guys to see how it turned out. Obviously, I'll show you a video how it looked like before we put the decals and then after we have the decals on. All right, so this was actually the easy part. Normally, I don't show you the same thing again for the front because it's pretty much the same technique and everything. But for the e-vader, let's go to the front and let me show you what I'm talking about. Alrighty guys, so if you look here on the front wheel, we are faced with the little bumps that actually come out from the wheel as a wheel design. It really looks cool for wheel design, but for the decal department, it might prove a challenge because they actually come raised out a little bit, so it's not completely flat. And yeah, so I'm gonna probably put the rim decal along this edge right over here, and we'll see how it turns out. Hopefully we're able to, kind of, I don't know how we're going to do it, but let's give it a try, and hopefully it turns out good. If anything, we might be able to see the, I don't even know what to call it, the design kind of come out on the decal as well. But all right, so let's get started. It's pretty much everything's going to be the same how we did it in the back. Nothing really changes. One thing changes, like I said, obviously these parts that are kind of protruding and not giving it a complete, real flat surface. So I'm going to go ahead and get it on there. And then once I get it on there, I'll see how I'm going to, press it. And then I'll show you what I did. Alrighty, so actually it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. You just kind of have to find a way to do it. So let me see if I can get the light a little bit that way. So what I did is I actually put it in there and I used the valve stem as my reference point for the letters. And then after that, I had pressed everything in, and then once it got to the edges here with this part that kind of sticks out a little bit, is that let me get a little closer shot. I use my blade and I kind of just cut a slit into the vinyl. So I cut a slit here and I cut a slit over here. Then I use this plastic pry tool to kind of like really press it into that, let's say that crease or whatever. So I pressed it in really good here. Then I use my thumb to like really press the rest of it on the side there. Then same thing over here, press it there. And then this part sticks out a little bit. Same thing over here. Cut a slit there. Cut a slit over here. Slit here, and a slit up here. So then I use the tool to kind of like really press the edges in there. Then use my thumb to press it against the sidewall there. Same up here. And then it leads us up to this point right there. And then that's pretty much it. And then again, you use the heat gun to like really, get it activated there. And that's about it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of the wheel, and you guys pretty much do the same. Just take your time on this, as you want to make sure you get everything perfectly lined up. Alrighty guys, I pretty much already got done, and it's looking really good. Check it out. It actually makes the bike look a little bit more racy. Just wanted to show you that I try to make it even on both sides, meaning that, that this one's on the bottom, and the other side, same thing on the other side, that one's at the bottom. Alright, you can see it like there. And there. Now let's check out the back. And now here is the back. Came out really good. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to conclude it for now. Let's get it out on the road and see how it looks like out there. Well guys, I hope that video helped you out. If it did, please smash that like button. If you guys have any questions, leave them down below. And while you're down there, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you guys are up to date with my latest videos. Thank you for watching this video. And if you know anyone else that has a Venom Motorsports e-vader, please share my video, as that helps out the algorithm and helps promote more of my videos. And I appreciate you guys for watching and everything you guys do. Take care. Catch you guys on the next one. See ya.